let's kick it off. We've got our Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition that was given to us by the developer. Thank you very much for responding so quickly to the message. Let's check it out. I've only seen the trailer. I know nothing about the game. Clearly, I am blind. Clearly, blind means that I don't want to know anything about the game. So, there is a spoiler thread on Discord if you want to discuss things about the game if you've played it before or you know what's going to happen. And then there's also a thread for no spoilers if you want to discuss what's happened in the live stream and the upcoming Let's Play. So let's check it out. Bum, bada, bum, bum, bum. Let's see how this goes. It does have controller support, so I'm hoping that this runs. I am playing it on PC on the second computer. We can stream computer games in 4K. Let me know if you want me to play this in the dark. You are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. Alright, field of view is good, camera settings good, subtitle English on, subtitle size medium. I'm sure that's going to work. Cool. Sound seems to be pretty good. Let's fucking do this, I guess. Ever the end is never the end is never the end is loading. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley's a cuck.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Clearly, it's a public holiday and Stanley turned up to work. He fucking came to work on a public holiday, that's what happened. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gents, playing on a controller. I certainly hope that we don't get action sequences, because this is moving a little slower than I'm used to. But you know what? Okay, so this is the time. It's not my time, but it's okay. Oh, there's a little bit of momentum. So if I move, it kind of keeps moving. Okay, I can live with that. And the graphics are like 1080p upscaled to 4K. I'll live with it. I'm not going to bag the game on graphics. It reminds me a little bit of like CSGO. Okay, 429, 427. Can I find 420? Like, that's the cool guy. That's clearly
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Did the door just close behind me? Cool. I played enough Amnesia to know where this is going. I mean Outlast. Amnesia was a different type of scary. Clearly, I don't see anything. Oh, okay. Where's room 420? 426, 422. Ha 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 ha! I found you, good sir! Right next to the plant.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
No, 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 no. No, no, pop. No, no. No! No. Oh, god damn it! They're clearly all in there. Alright, can someone take a screenshot? Alright, good enough. Someone could have taken the screenshot. Alright, clearly we're not cool enough to go into... Ha! Someone's been playing solitaire. Clearly someone's not working. What's going on here? Sir, access was... Fucking... Emails locked. We have 256 emails in your diary. Your inbox is full. 256 emails, okay. How to use help. Oh my god. And boxes of stuff. Cool. Alright. What does this say? I hate Mondays. Yeah. Garfield, you and me. But I do love my lasagna. Alright. Can I watch my corners? Oh, this is not going to be that type of game. It's alright, Kuma. You can just... What the fuck is this? COVID? What are they doing? Sales this quarter. Oh my god. The boss does... This does not make sense. Of course it makes sense. You made a shitty product and no one wants it. How many meetings have I been to? What? This room does not make sense.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fuck you, you're not my dad.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, clearly Kuma does not listen to authority.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Why on earth would you have a step like this in the employee room? The odds of someone slipping and injuring themselves is...
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. Maybe
they vanished because this office is not OH&S safe, because people can fucking...
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Oh!
It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Really? Just because I'm working management in my company, people left. You know what? I'm actually quite fun, thank you very much. How about you go F yourself?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
You know, if I listen to the voice, it wins. And it knows that. Fuck you. Fuck you and your not complying with government regulation office. This place is a fire risk. Where's the emergency escape? Where's the alarm? God, I've spent too long in corporate.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
See, if I take this door, but if I go that way, I'm just... I kind of feel like if I go there, I'm going to get tortured. But, like, if I go here, I'm listening to the Why does this have no number on it? They possibly lead to the same spot. See, the way it's structured, there should be a door there. So I could... And it's going to close behind me.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, well, I'm technically waiting for the 6-month probation period to be over. Then good luck getting rid of me. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. I'm not lying. Why would I lie? Lying's boring. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Oh, so you can technically jump from it when it's not in motion, like right now, and fucking die. Or worse, be alive and get compensation for the rest of your life. Because you can't work. You know what? I'm going to teach these people a lesson about OH&S. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. You're penalizing your workers for jumping off the cargo lift, which is unsafe. Why on... Loading dock A, B, C, D, E. Man, this would make a great CSGO map. I'm just saying.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Exactly.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, then!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'll have you know that I had 2 directors at my previous company fired, you motherfucker. Just keep testing me.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
You don't say.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Excuse me, but you are either making reference to a child that I do not know of, or a girl that is not even in the country. Or an ex-girl that... Let me just really quickly lock the door to this room, just in case. I've got a habit of... This little baby will protect me. She will let me know if any crazy people try to enter the premises. Will you protect me, my little baby? Yeah. Love you, baby. Can you wave everyone bye? Bye-bye. Love you, baby. Alright, so this game seems to have adaptive dialogue depending on how many times you go through the same route. Very interesting decision tree, I will give you that. Very clever and thought out.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Well, tell her to fuck off. Seriously, this is the only way to go. The illusion of choice, ladies and gentlemen.
That's her, Stanley.
Oh.
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Why is the phone plugged into a power socket? Ugh, great. This is gonna be glorious. Well, what do I do to pick up the phone? X? This is gonna be glorious. Mushi mush, Ninja Kuma desu.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Hell no!
Commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
That Stanley, the guy that works in office 427, also lives in unit 427? Yeah, because that doesn't fucking scream death. What the fuck? This is not someone's house. No one... Who would do this?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh god, I'm gonna get stabbed. God, I've watched enough School Days to know where this is going. Oh great, I'm gonna start clearing my... Where even is my computer? Oh, I'm playing the PC version of the game with a controller. I get you.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Yeah, and I had to work very fucking hard to get this comfy corporate position that pays me better than the last one, and I have to work significantly less with good benefits. I'd call that winning.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I'm not pressing it. This is the type of shit that makes people kill people. Fuck it, I'm jumping out the window. Why did he bring his work desk here? If this is a studio apartment with one bedroom, why would the bedroom be an ensuite? I mean, the bathroom be an ensuite. It makes no sense. Because what if you have a visitor? They have to go through your bedroom. You motherfuckers. Why does the oven have a shelf thing that you pull? Who designed this place? Where's the fire alarm? This place is a safety hazard.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I'm gonna go eventually on that holiday and travel, just not today. And no, I don't watch TV. I play games. And watch anime. And movies. We don't even have a TV! Oh, we have a TV. I thought that was like a whiteboard. Why would a desk be on the opposite side of the... Where did the couch go? This was a couch. There was a couch here! Where's the couch? Where'd the TV come from? Oi! What the literal...
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
It's called a flamethrower. It works really well in an enclosed space with lots of corners. Press triangle to spend time with the boys. Really? You making fun of the fact that that's what I do when my girlfriend's overseas? Spend time with the boys? Are you... No, square. Circle. X. 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 R2. R1. L2. Ooh, I can crouch. What's L1? Well, that's fucking redundant. 2 buttons to crouch. What's the button to jump? There is no jump. Whatever.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press triangle to prepare dinner. Ugh.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
The baby sounds like the end of life. To tell your kids a story. I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no parental obligations.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Ah, so you're punishing me for taking the right door. I get it. I get it. I get it. You're being a dick. Press down to tell your wife you love her. Well, first of all.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Are you making fun of the fact that I played World of Warcraft? You bastard. Where did this pencil sharpener come from?
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Alright.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I don't know. Maybe spawn a goddamn mirror. Shut up, Cheeky. It's okay. If she makes it back here, I'll just, I don't know, stab her a few dozen times. Anyways.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
My dad? Death number 2. Should have really gotten that death counter before we started this game, but I never thought I'd actually die in this game. Go figure. We also need a war crime counter before we do MGS5. Can I do war crimes in this game?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Apparently I died by doing nothing. Yay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. Got ya. Tips for not getting fired.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
R.I.P. Who the fuck died? Monday, weekly targets, marketing Monday, termination Tuesday. IT department, we're broke Wednesday. Merger Thursday. Pranking floors meeting Friday. What to do about 432. Don't tell 432 about my meeting. Office party on Friday night. Pre-review of weekly review. Ugh, so boring. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day agenda. Reflect. Oh, God. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Not cost efficient. Standardize graphs. Oh, my God. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire someone to fire the paper synergized guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of whatever the fudge. Alright, let's see. Oh my God, they paid extra for a desk that has a glass middle? Why would you? Whatever. Anyway. Bi-quarterly post-review. 402 plus 405. I want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule. But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to a teenage demographic. You never use pie charts in corporate. You do that if you want to hide what the analytics are saying. Because you can't tell or compare things with the pie chart very well. There is something in this ideas bin. One more bin trash can. Remaining ideas of... Oh my God, what the hell? What to do, people? Money, money, more money. We have our product. What's this? Everyone is unique. You most of all. Of course we are. We are all special. The number of slides on this slide. To do. Synergize call value expenditure. Shift global market. Monetize free to play. It's called freemium. The EM stands for not really. Quarterly pie chart. What is this? Rate at which charts on the same slide depict rate of increase of graphs per slide. Please no more charts. Please stop. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love about your boss. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in conflict with another delinquent employee like yourself, be more inclined toward conflict unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict. What are your dreams for the future? Utosis, transcend, success, clear skin, spring break, hope, pollution, plant life. What was the one about not getting fired? Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no exception of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. The trick is to make people believe you're doing great work, not actually doing great work. Doing work is bad. That's what gets you fired, because no one realizes that you're doing work. Broom closet. Wasn't someone in the broom closet? Ah! Well, that just happened. Oh, so the doors can actually open now. Well, clearly someone hasn't finished painting this place. They've cut the paint on the walls, but they haven't done the actual painting. Can I pick up the wrench as a weapon?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Can I grab the wrench? That's a good weapon.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
This ain't a fucking broom closet, it's a storage room. With a broom in it. And cleaning equipment.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yes, corporate in a nutshell. Where do I go?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I am in literal hell.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
You okay, voiceover guy? Is this a cry for help?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Where's the broom closet if the place is the same? It's replaced with a painting.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, God.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Charming. The Western world in a nutshell. Did I die? That's like the third death, right? Yay,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yay, room 420 is not working.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
The coffee machine.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Fine, this leads to our life if we get married. Fuck that shit. And this leads to... I don't know.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Sure he did.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
See, I just got out of the office and been working for home for 2 years. I ain't going back.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, you son of a...
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Having a Joe Biden moment there, buddy?
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Was that the Konami code? Oh, yeah, I'm about to be run over by a fucking truck. How'd you even get out of the truck? Why is there even a truck here? Whatever, what am I... Ugh. Right. Left hook?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So this is basically like that prison where they were monitoring everybody, and everyone used it.
Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Why can't I jump? What am I even pressing? You can't jump. Oh, you son of a bitch!
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Clearly. Knowing your city before you can possibly know where to begin your new street vending operation, you must first have to know how to get to your city. I'll use Georgetown as an example in this book, but in order to really get the knowledge, it's best to go explore. Okay. Oh, for the love of...
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Now I did it. Damn it.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Am I in limbo? The only way this could be worse is if they blasted Justin Bieber music. Oh yeah, this is not a fucking fire hazard at all.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? No, I'm done. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Oh, you lazy fuck. Well, you ran out of witty comments already? That didn't take too long. No wonder your wife left you. Did I just... Oh, that's the shadow from the game. It's not a person, it's just the rendering.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
What? Is it what you were pumping into the air?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Alright, who's pumping weed into the air conditioning duct? And there was like a hallway that way. Why would you even... Alright guys, memorize the fern. Yeah, it's medicinal. Are you listening to me talk? Nah?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Just let me in room 420 already. Is this what I get for not listening to the guy? He's just gonna fuck with me? Yeah, it's just gonna fuck with me.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Yeah. Why, you want me to follow the line again?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. This all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure, why not?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I kind of feel like I'm playing Near Replicant again, except the voice is not that of Illidan. And Jane is not swearing and talking about doing things to our ass.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
You're not even going to open up the left door and see whether or not I listen to you this time and go to the right door and instead go to the left door? Sure, why not? What the fuck is this? No, I've been playing this game for closer to 50 minutes. I have a timer. 50 minutes? Whatever. Deviate from maintenance room. End up in monitor room. Narrator restarts the game. First restart. Discover 2 door now has many additional doors. Aimless wandering. Narrator restarts the game. Second restart. The office is now dead end. From turn around, find another dead end. End up in another building. Narrator restarts the game. Third restart. Adventure line. Nonsense, philosophy, and music. Return to office. Return to monitor room. Fourth restart. Adventure into unexplored territory. Find the line again. The confusion ending. Find the confusion ending schedule. Narrator restarts the game. Fifth restart. Narrator forgets about previous restart. You've been playing the confusion ending for 18 minutes. Oh, right. So this is the confusion ending. Gotcha. Stanley attempts to play the story, but it is prevented. Unable to go anywhere or do anything. The game restarts on its own. Sixth restart. Find the line again. Begin following the line. Find an identical replica of the office that has begun to deteriorate. Attempt to make up a story here. Narrator restarts the game. Seventh restart. There is no longer an office, simply black space. Wanderer in blackness. Find a bookstore, get bored and leave. Narrator restarts the game. Eighth restart. The narrator is gone. After a long time, Stanley dies. Did they just spoil the ending?
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall.
It's a monitor.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Okay, so now I'm apparently going to try to go back.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
So I'm going to try to follow the thing, but it's not going to let me follow the thing. Or so it says.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
That's a very good description of cocaine usage.
But
Anyways.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This isn't the way to my manager's office.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
See, this doesn't... So the
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
See, the room numbers and the employee numbers do not correspond.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
And it doesn't lead to the break room. It leads somewhere totally random. Interesting. Ooh.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Please tell me this is not the confusion ending again. Fuck if I did that.
Okay,
oh God.
Yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Oh boy. Yeah, we really did it now. We really did it. And I say we as a collective when things go wrong. I say me when things go right, because that's how corporate works.
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really...
But think of it this way. We have broken the confusion ending, because the confusion ending told us that after he restarts the game, we attempt to do the story again, and then it leads to something else. Meanwhile, we actually ended up looping it, thus breaking it. Then technically we're correct. Maybe we get the confusion ending and the narrator's like, wait, I was here before. Perhaps. Perhaps. Let's see how it goes. I was trying to get to the boss's room, but unfortunately it turned out I took the wrong
I've got
turn.
a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
See, we're kind of going the... Let's see whether or not he recognizes it. It might turn out that he recognizes it.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that.
How about no?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
It's going to be a very interesting experiment to see whether or not he remembers the act of forgetting. But then, I guess, if he doesn't, then we end up doing the loop, and then we follow through with the confusion ending. Even more confused than we technically were before, thus technically making it the confusion ending because we're confused as to how the hell we are turning right in a square motion and ending up in an endless spiral.
Your imagination, whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I'm going the other way. Haha. Wait, that loop happens a certain number of times and then we end up here? What the hell? But it's a level. It's not like we're spiraling down or up secretly. Or what the hell is this place? Alright, what did you put in the brownies? The game does instill loneliness.
Not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It? TM? As in the movie It? Stephen King? It? Interesting.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Yeah. See, that number is a lie.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Scary. Okay, Kuma. Whatever you do not listen to the voice.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We've clearly proven that the game has its limitations.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, this is where I fucked up last time. I went down instead of up and then I died.
Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
What happened to you forgetting about the restart? Oh, you're no fun.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes, he did. Well, now I can see where the fucking budget went. Ah, yes, this is where they do the cocaine. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Money, 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 money. Extreme bathrooms. Bath guy testifies in the trial of the century. Tired of getting ash on your porcelain? Faucets, pipes of... Are you... Oh yeah, this is exactly where the fucking budget went.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
You're right, he didn't. Diagon Alley.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Diagon Alley. Playboy Mansion.
2845.
Nature. Carte Blanche Mountain Mont Blanc. I am the most expensive boss. Sewage Lilies by Claude Monet. Money, 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 money.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
You're an asshole, narrator. You're an asshole. This be weird.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
He doesn't have anything on Hillary Clinton.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yeah, we all gotta die sometime. Damn it, I wanted to hear a splat. Oh, we keep falling. Where's the splat?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Wait, I can jump?
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
I'm gonna duck.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Nani? Eh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know. The confusion ending?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
The two doors. The set of two doors was the first concrete piece of Stanley Parable design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. An exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Corridor. This pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Filing cabinets. Yes. 1, 2, and 3. Yes. Button sounds. Are selections of sounds used throughout the game when the buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Install and chart. Oh my god, get away from me. Solitaire employee database. Where's the one of the guy writing something? Maintenance room. An early version of this maintenance room. Am I in hell? Warzone? Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Right. That would be fun. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are the screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement of the game. Oh, that's nice. So, again, what does this actually have to do with the Stanley Parable? But anyway, Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are the selection of those emails. Yep. On the scale of Max Ernst to Salvador Dali, how surreal will this game be? Were you born with a magnificent voice, or did you bargain with a magician to receive it? And okay. I'm just going to read them really quickly. You can too. What the hell? Uh-huh. Libyan client. What? This is weird. The lounge, an early version of the lounge. Where's the coffee machine? The apartment timer. In the previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Oh. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after the early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Oh my god. My choices were in the palm of their hand all along. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo is actually stored. Well, yes, that's a nice touch. So does that mean that if I... Wait, did I answer the phone? I did technically answer the phone, but I didn't press anything to answer the phone. So... Or did I accidentally press X? Alright, so there's only one version with that. Cool. What on earth is this? Meeting room. Option 1, doorway to maintenance in the lounge. So you're in the lounge, you disobey. Oh, first choice, disobey the lounge. Obey to the staircase. And if you do the left at the lounge, you go to the confusion ending. Right. The two options. The other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. Oh. One doorway to maintenance in the lounge and the original back on track option. Oh. Vent? There's a vent? Maintenance layout. The flow of the hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was a simpler version that won out. I pressed X? Oh, okay, cool. I hope this doesn't spoil the rest of the game. I hope they're taking that into consideration. What the hell is this? Zending levers. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. I hope I'm not spoiling myself. Zending. The screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Okay, so that's not spoiling anything. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it very shortly before launch. What the hell? The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume the game. Options. The escape menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Oh, right. Why did the button disappear? Hey, that's a cool layout. Countdown desk. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when the players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed two endings together instead. Nani? Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. There's a freedom ending? Sigh. Monitor room elevator. From time, the elevator is the monitor go up or down, freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down. Plays the two endings together. Countdown room, an early version of the countdown room. I mean, some of the stuff are possible endings. I mean, why on earth am I here then? Freedom ending. This was the very first incantation of the ending in the game's alpha. Should I really be in this spoiler place? The office clock. Yes, thank you very much, but screenshots from the development. Can I, like, not be in the spoiler zone? And I'm in the spoiler zone even more. Mind control facility. Can I not? What's this? Narrator outtakes. Kevin Brining, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire
Then
game.
he pushed the number 4.
Roughly 3 separate times over 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes.
Stanley walked through the green door.
I guess I kind of gotta find the exit. How the fuck did I end up here so early into the game? This should have been locked, especially for people playing this for the first time. How do I keep doing this to myself? Alright, Kuma, go back to the path. Go to the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Am I gonna die?
Listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Oh, we got the splat ending. Yay! Yay? Alright, I'm gonna listen to the narrator.
4 of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It looks like Kuma has pushed this game to its limits, to the point that it was gonna spoil the entire thing if I
When
kept
Stanley
going.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, I am listening to you, Mr. Narrator.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Does anyone want to explain this shit? You motherfucker.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Clearly the narrator is done with our shit and he locked the broom closet away forever. Alright, let's follow the narrator so we don't spoil more of the game, yeah? Imagine if the first time you disobeyed the narrator was
Stanley walked straight
escape.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Let me guess. Top left is where we were the first few times.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, huh? Oh, I gotta go to the second one. Gotcha. Then do turn on the lights the first time I was here. And more
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So, who's number 69? Boring.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Maybe Stanley just never wanted to make any decisions for himself, so someone telling him what to do was what he wanted. Which is why he probably got married the way that he did and he works the way that he does.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Possibly.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Great question. How? Push the Z button. Mind control idle awaiting input. Input?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
No.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Bad end? Well, that just happened.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
This ain't a fucking broom closet, it's a storage room. With a broom in it. And cleaning equipment.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yes, corporate in a nutshell.